Righto, fitting the cruise control to the 79 dual cab, 16 model with an airbag. You need, whatever that is, T30 bit. You pop these bits out of the side, undo those screws, and the airbag just sits off there. Disconnect the battery first. All this stuff is a couple of 10mm bolts, and it just pulls straight out this way, the clips. Same with the fascia panel. Going to pull these 10mm bolts out and pull the dash out. That's as easy as that bit is. Yeah. Alright, I've got the Autostrada kind of factory looking stalk one. Goes on the right hand side here. You'll need a 1/4 inch drive socket set and undo all your 10mm bolts. When you pull the dash cluster out, I just unplugged it. And alright, I'll have a look through here, and there's a wire we've got to solder on to one of these ones. I'll look into it. Alright, I've got pretty detailed instructions, all simple to follow anyway. Everything's colour coded, the plugs are and fit where they're supposed to go anyway. So when you pull this panel off, your harness, this big scary looking harness, just disconnect. There's just a plug you reach down with your left hand, pull out from the clutch area and plug the one in. And same with the brake one, it's a blue one. Unplug that, put the T piece in. T harness. Can't get it wrong, it sort of only goes one way. Those ones. Alright, I've got to tackle this green and red one up there on the dash. There's another one that goes in line with the accelerator pedal. It's easy to get to as well. Just up underneath. Just follow the accelerator pedal up. On top of that there's a plug. Just disconnect it and put it in line. Put it back together. I've just got a razor blade, carefully cut back the sheath on outside of the white plug behind the dash so you can single out the green and with the red stripe wire. We'll cut that back and we'll solder in the purple wire, tape it back up. Alright, just strip back that wire and wrap the purple one around it, ready to solder. Make sure your soldering iron's hot. Alright, if you hold your soldering iron on the wires for at least 10 seconds first, before you touch your solder on it, it'll the wires will pretty much soak it up. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it makes a nice contact. So when you go to tape it up, your roll electrical tape won't fit through between the harness and the wire. So what you do is you roll it back onto itself, make yourself a little mini roll. I don't know if you can see, it's going to be dark. But yeah, that's your little mini roll. It'll fit around and around and around inside the harness. You snap that off, put the big bit over, tape it, re-tape it up, you won't even know it was there. Ta-da! That's that bit done. We'll put the dash back in. So I'm not tempted to put the module behind it because it says not to. And then we'll zip tie the module up here somewhere and probably on top of that air vent. And we'll plug in all the plugs. And then we'll try to fit something to the stalk. Okay, just RF receiver. I'll just zip tie it on the wiring harness going underneath the column, heading back. I'll just pull this panel, this 10mm bolt there, took out, and just pulled it, gently pulled it from the bottom and then pried it and it comes straight out. Same with the panel above it. I'm going to fit the little LED light in the top blank, which isn't so blank. Alright, find somewhere else. Alright, so I need a 8mm drill bit. I decided just to share the red arc controller space. Drilled an 8mm hole. You get a little bezel thing here. I'm guessing you just push it in together. See how we go. Alright, we've put the little LED there. Plugged in all the plugs on the back of the module for the harness. Alright, we'll zip tie that up in here and then we'll start on the stalk. A little bit fiddly, but make sure the wires are all tucked up in there nicely and zip tied up. Use a couple of bigger zip ties and zip tied it around the vent there. Shouldn't go anywhere. It should be out of the way. Okay, so they give you a template for where the stalk comes through. And it says to use a hole saw. I don't have a hole saw, but I've got a stepper drill bit, so that should go up high enough. 32. Alright, we'll run with that. It's just held the template over the plastic, drilled a pilot hole so we know where we're going. We'll step it up a notch. Only got 2 ends. Oh, look here. Alright, it's about 30. See how we go. Okay, so we've zip tied the little center unit there, bolted it, the stalk on. Alright, we'll sit the airbag back in place. Just had it sitting on top of the column. Sitting back in there and do it back up and see if it works. I pretty much went to 35mm on the hole. Has to be pretty close to the back to get it to work without interfering. But we got there. Alright, I think she's pretty much back together. Chuck a couple more panels on and take it for a drive. Alright. Ooh, shit, yeah. Alright, we'll take it for a run in a minute. So, make sure you hook your earths back up. Yeah, make sure we'll pack everything away. We'll take it for a run, check it out. Make sure you set yourself a radio code before you disconnect the battery. And, yeah. Not gonna tell me. I thought I did anyway. Oh, it works as it should. You press the end of it and the green light comes on. You come up to speed and you press down on it, pull it down and it engages it, and the green light turns red. And then you either touch your brake or your clutch or pull back on the stalk and it'll cancel it.